Okay, awesome. Hi there. Good morning. I have something I think you might like. I've got a Mickey Mouse coffee mug. My kids love this one. Yeah? You like these people on here? Pretty special. See that? All right. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started. And for everybody who's listening to the recording, this is the rookie call. And basically what that means is anybody that wants to get restarted, that somebody that is starting, it's getting to be, we're seeing the near days of summer ending. It's in this hindsight, but fall is entering. So I wanted to just set some context for how we can best have a plan of attack leading up into fall and what that looks like for everybody with getting organized. But before we do that, I know we did this, Kylie, last night on our Power Pod call for LIT with you and your accountability partners, but I just wanted to do quick introductions so that you and Amber know each other. We won't do this every call. I'll kind of tell you what I kind of anticipate how this call turning into a series will go, and we will go from there. So, Amber, if you just want to just take a moment to introduce yourself, tell us how long you've been here, where you're from, a little bit about your family, and then some goals that you kind of want to set in place for yourself for the fall.
Okay, my name is Amber Weir, and I'm originally from South Dakota, but I live in southern Minnesota now with my husband and my 2 kids, 3 and almost 6 now. I've been with Valtree for about 2 years, and I guess I'm just looking to get that momentum and really, like, I've been working on my CSFs, and I just want to keep strong with that and really build my business.
Perfect. Love it, Amber. Awesome. Okay, great. Kylie, go ahead, girl.
Yeah, so my name's Kylie. I have been with Wildtree it'll be a year in October. And I actually just moved yesterday to Chaska, Minnesota. So I'm not sure, Amber, how close that is to where you're at. And I've kind of just decided to really pursue Wildtree full time. So my big goal is team leader, and kind of the why behind that is just financial stability and freedom for my recent husband and I.
Like super recent.
Like a week ago.
Which is why she wasn't at conference, just too busy getting married. It might be a little bit more important. I don't know. Debatable. We'll tell Isaac that. I'm totally joking. Well, listen, I don't know how far you guys are apart, but something that you want to pencil in is October 21st. It is the Minnesota Fall Retreat or kickoff. I'm going to tell you a little bit about that, and I'm going to tell you a potential plan B. It's just a matter of logistics. So what is happening is that day, Sonara Brown is coming up to help run a day kickoff. And I like to call those mini conferences. So you will see some conference highlights. I mean, our business is always changing, and which is awesome. So it's nice to always stay fresh. Even things from conference that were trained will tweak a bit because we've improved them. It's a great place for you to bring guests. I will send you the flyer details on how to get registered. But if I have a team leader up there named Anissa Williams, and she's a teacher. I don't know if she's going to be around that weekend, but she and I were planning on doing a business builder retreat for anybody that is like set goals. We were going to go to the kickoff together, and then the Friday night before, we were going to have a dinner. And we were gonna, I've got a pretty awesome sweet hookup downtown Minneapolis with a condo. and we were going to have just like a big slumber party and all go and do a little training, dinner and training, and we were all going to go to the retreat together. So it'd be like a fast 24 hours type of retreat and learning together. So that is on the 20th to the 21st. Now, the reason I say that that's a potential plan B is it's got to work for Anissa since I'm collaborating with her to do it, but you both would be, since you're part of my team, you would both be invited to that 20th night. And I would love for you to come. The condo oversees it's on St. Anthony's, Maine in Minneapolis. It oversees the city. It's just gorgeous. And then the kickoff training, correct me if I'm wrong, you're from Minnesota, but I believe it's in Maple Grove. Grove? Okay, Grove. Yep, Grove. It is like a half an hour, 35 minutes outside, I remember, of city proper. And it usually is like from a 9 to 3 event. So I'm excited. I'm really excited about that. I'll send you the details. Okay, moving on to the context for this call. So about 6 months ago, Sonara ran a rookie call series for all of her new people, and I latched onto that and listened and learned from like a trainer's ear. And we have had just like exponential growth in our organization. And I know that the summer is weaning down for me. My kids are at VBS. That's why you see they're not here, but they've been home all summer too. And as much as I love it, I'm ready for a schedule again as well. And I'm excited to get back on track with helping you in your goals. And so I thought that I'd start a rookie call series leading up to fall. So my idea was to do it for 6 weeks. That's what she did. And it would be once a week. It would be a call like this. And it would just be like, what are your next steps for the week? What should you be putting in practice for this week? Let's say, Amber and Kylie and whoever's listening to this playback, that you have a team member that joins in, I don't know, like this week or next week. And you're like, should I invite them to the rookie call series? Absolutely. This is for everyone. I feel like it's going to be some basic stuff, but Amber, as we learned at conference, like the basic stuff is so refreshing. And it also just is that accountability that keeps us on track. So that's kind of the context of this call series, is to help us just stay focused on fall. It's not the same as the summer accountability series, because the summer accountability series that we have on Facebook is like, you know what to do. We just got to do it, right? And so this is going to maybe break it down into smaller steps. You may both be thinking like, I already know this, but I'd encourage you to stay on it, because as you are building a business, which you both said you wanted to do, take these things, and let's say you have new reps that sign up from 6 weeks from now. These are the things that you're going to be sharing with them one-on-one. Again, very basic, very to the point. It's going to make it seem like, well, gosh, this is easy. I can do it. And that's exactly the point. We want this to be turnkey. Okay, so really the main thing I want to show you guys today, I'm going to share my screen. Just one moment here. I do not know what this FabFitFun is. I must have downloaded something a while ago, and it always is popping up. Okay, can you guys see my screen? It says Zoom right now. I think you're on mute, so if somebody just wants to pop off and just say, yep, we can see it, that would be awesome. Okay, great. Because I can't see you for some reason, but okay. So this is currently what we're using for getting reps started. And I'm going to break this down and I'm going to tell you what I do. And this is something that if you're like, I need a fresh start, this is what I'm going to tell you to do. Pretend that you're brand new. Pretend that you have like a fresh new sheet of paper, be extremely coachable and say, okay, I maybe skipped a step here, or maybe I lost momentum when I first began, or maybe I'm brand new and I'm listening to this playback. I want you to go through this new rep start checkup list as if you've seen it for the first time. So that means going through it step by step. And something, I'm doing this personally too, and I'll show you in a minute. But something that seems so trivial is determining your why. And if you click here, you should have all gotten this sheet in your new rep kit. And it talks about writing down your most important reasons for beginning your business. What are some of your best assets? And this can be a vehicle for personal growth. So I'll give you an example. Yesterday, I had a welcome call with a new team member, and she is a part-time teacher. She's got 2 small children. She's heading back to school, but she just signed up and she's excited. Also has some fears of, am I going to have time for this? I want to do good. And I said, okay, we're kind of putting the cart before the horse. What if you could write down on a sheet of paper, what would your first month of business look like if it was successful? And I said it better than that, but basically if you could determine what your first month of business looked like, what would that be? And she talked about, I really want to have a huge workshop at my school because I know there's tons of people going through mealtime dilemma like I am, and we're about ready to start school. And so I want to talk to my principal about having a huge launch workshop at my school before school starts in August. And my sister, I want to have one at her house too because she homeschools. And I know she knows people that homeschool and they're about ready to start too. And I feel like this could be a benefit for them. And I said, okay, great. And then the next step is, now that is awesome. That's coming from a place of service. You love the concept. You know that it's going to help them, but it's also going to help you. You're going to get free product, but you're also going to get paid. So having said all that, if we make these as big as you say you want them to be, what are you going to spend that money on? Let's tie it to something. Let's be very specific. So let's say you make, conservatively speaking, $300 in commission in your first month of business, your first 30 days. What are you going to spend that on? And I want you to write that down. So that is kind of how you can start determining your why with your Wild Tree business. I'm going to show you guys I'll show you mine after I close the screen, and I'll tell you what I did to determine my why. But I did an exercise with my coach, and I wrote down 15 goals that I want to accomplish in the year. If that seems too hard for you to grasp, then I encourage you to start with 5. And then I transferred that over into specific deadlines. And then I transferred that over into a new vision board. I have a vision board in my office with daily affirmations, pictures of my kids, and some places that we want to travel. But there's really no deadline for it. And it's just basically, it makes me feel good when I walk into my office. But this why, this activity that I'm doing with finding my vision is really important, because when I see that, I get to work. It doesn't just make me feel good. It gives me my fire in my belly. And that provides me with grit of okay, let's get to work. You said you wanted to do this by X date. Let's get to work. So if you haven't done so already, be sure to do that. Now, if you're a brand new rep, we would spend some time on the Fast Start and the free shipping voucher. But for today's purposes, I want to talk about number 2, 3, and number 2, 3, and that's what I want to stop at today, because I'm going to do some homework with you guys for those of you who are listening, and then Kylie and Amber. And then next week, we are going to go through the rest of this. Okay, so 2, let's get social. We have awesome resources that now have been released since conference. For brand new reps, we have your first 35 days of social media marketing, what you should be doing, what you should be posting, and you can click here to see that. It's pretty awesome. There are images that you can use for each day. Kylie and Amber, you're like me. I'm going to use these 35-day images, and I'm going to upload them to CintShare, and I am going to put them on my VIP page. So just because it's for the newbies, I'm going to use it too. And this way I'm posting every day. And as we learned at conference, that social media presence, that consistency is going to be so important for our reps, which is pretty awesome. The second thing right here is the Facebook parties. So as promised, we have a Facebook party template. And I'm really excited about this. So I know everybody is in a different walk of life, and everybody knows when they're filling out their contact list of 100, everybody knows people that are like here, there, everywhere. You've got your market that is right by you. Then you've got your natural market of people that those are that family members near and far, friends near and far. And then you have your contacts through contacts, meaning like your friends or your sister's friend that you know on Facebook, your friends on Facebook. She lives in North Carolina and you know she's got small kids too, or you know that somebody in their family has celiacs too. These are the contacts that you're adding to your constantly growing and evolving contact list of 100. And these are the people that make awesome Facebook party hosts. Every month, I am trying to find at least 3 people to have a Facebook party. Last month, both of my Facebook parties were kind of combo parties, meaning they had a live workshop. They were a little small. And so we created a Facebook event, a mealtime solution event for the people that couldn't join the following week. And that was the tasting party. So they were merged together for an overall host credit. So that looked like a ton of hostess rewards for my hosts. They were happy. They provided bookings for me. One, I have a potential lead. And all of those people, if I trace them back, came from the online event, not the live event. I got great customers from the live event. I also got a booking. But for the Facebook event, I met people that I would not have met had it not been through a Facebook party. So this is going to be huge. And the reason I say people are in different walks of life, this new rep that I was talking to you guys about from yesterday, Kristen, I'm sure she'll listen to this playback. You know, she's nervous about going back to school, and she's like, I know a year from now I'll be able to get out of the house more and do more live parties. But right now I'm kind of limited on how many I can do a month. And that is okay. She can still grow a business by leaving your home when you can, but by also adding this pillar of service for people, sharing our product through Facebook parties. If you've done some before and they maybe haven't been a huge success, I would encourage you to not make any judgment until after you do 10. I am just at the verge of reaching my 10th party. I think in August I'll be up to like 10 Facebook parties. Oops. And I will say that, oh gosh, it's getting wild here. Somebody's trying to call me and my computer's ringing. Oh yeah, that's... I don't know how to turn that off. That's always great. But I will say that at the beginning, I did not like them. I was like, gosh, just compiling everything, getting it into ScentShare. My first couple parties were a little bit of a bust. I thought like, oh, I don't know. I have better luck at live events. Now coming on the cusp of doing like my 10th one, I will say I absolutely love them. I've met people, I've had customers now, I've accrued customers that I would have never met had it not been through social media. And I absolutely love that I get to do it from the comfort of my home. There is a lot of follow-up, which I like, because I always say the fortune is in the follow-up. And those who, but the thing is, I'm following up with people on Facebook. I'm leaving audio messages, I'm becoming friends with people, I'm adding them to my VIP group. I'm helping plan their Facebook party on Facebook. It's super easy to do, but this also goes back to what Amber was saying about the CSFs. These people are then added into my critical success factors. So when I do them, I'm not letting anybody slip through the cracks. Okay, so going back to the new thing. And then the third thing is downloading our Wild Trees apps. So this is something that I try to refer the app to about 5 customers a day. So I'm going back to my whole customer base. I'm going back to the people I've met at the parties, and I am really making sure I am I'm laying the groundwork for exponential growth with the apps. And then I'm training these people on how to share their code. And I'm encouraging them to get friends to use the app right away so that they can start basically a little Wild Tree free product bank account through their app. So this is something that I'm doing each and every day with my CSFs. I think, we recommend 10 contacts a day. I am really trying to aim more for like 12 plus, just because a lot of these are prefab text messages that I'm sending for the app. And I'm trying not to include that into my people that I want to get booked for my bookings, and then my people that I'm referring to the webinar for recruit leads. So that is basically what I wanted to go over today for our rookie call. One thing I wanted to tell you is you can request to be, I think Kylie, you might be already on there. I have a VIP page. You probably have a VIP page. You are welcome to join mine, or as you probably have seen on our Wild Tree A team, Hope and I are both going on vacation next week. And we talked about this last night. She and I said, I'm going to do something special for my customers around the app. And she said, that's a great idea. I think I'm going to do it too. So she ran with it and created a daily app special each and every day. It's going to be something different for her customers. Now, you don't have to be on vacation next week in order to do this special. And one of the things I just absolutely love about our company is the sharing. Like, we just have just a giving and sharing spirit. So Hope just posted to our team page, like, hey, Sarah and I are working on this special for next week. Once I get all the graphics done and the text, I will share it with you guys on our team Facebook page. So I'm really excited about that. Like, one of the apps, the specials are like, if you, you might get like a free oil if you download the app and share it with 5 people who download it today. So there's different specials, or place your order, your first $50 order from the app, and get your name in a drawing for a free product. So those are all going to be through our VIP pages, which, again, if you're not a member of mine, or you want to be just to look around and copy and paste things to your VIP page, you can certainly do that. So before we go through some Q&As and ahas, I gave you a lot of information, so I want to just, in a space of next steps, have you guys write down some homework for the week before we have our next rookie call next week. Number 1, I will show you in a minute, but spend some time determining your why if you haven't done so for a while. I know exactly, Kylie's what yours is, and I think that is crystal clear for you. But the only thing I would encourage you to do is, we know you want to be team leader, and we know you want to build income, substantial income for some financial freedom for you and financial stability. Well, what would be enough, and when do you want to start? When do you want X amount of dollars by? So give yourself some deadlines. Like, I want to be making $1,000 a month with my Wild Tree business by October 1st. I want X amount of dollars in my bank account by December 15th, or whatever that looks like for you. So give yourself some deadlines. Amber, same thing with you. So you want to build momentum. You want to build a business. You want to keep at the CSFs. But what are some benchmarks that you want to reach before the end of the year? And write them down and make them real. Number 2, I encourage you, if you don't have one already, to set up a VIP page. Advertise it on your normal wall. Peg people to comment right away to get 10 comments so that you are in your whole friends news feed for longer, directing them to your VIP page, and then use that 35-day social media marketing campaign. They've done all the work for us. Number 3, find Facebook party hosts and give it a whirl. Give it a whirl for August. This is going to be huge for you, and for also your people that maybe just can't open up their home right now but still want to share Wild Tree and get free Wild Tree product. Number 3, be fruitful with offering the app, and I encourage you to refer it to 5 people a day in your contacts for your CSS. So that is your space of your homework in order for next steps. I'm going to close this screen and show you guys what I'm working on. I just got some cardstock paper. I just put it on a poster board. I got some images out. I'll kind of walk you through some of these. So one thing that's really important to me is teaching my daughter piano this next year. We have a really nice family heirloom piano, and we tried this summer, but I just was not consistent with it, and she really wants to learn. So my coach, my business coach, was saying, okay, when do you want to start teaching her piano lessons by, and what frequency do you want to do it? I'm like, okay, I guess I got to do this now. So I put it in my Google Calendar. It's every Wednesday afternoon after school starting in September. So I gave myself some grace. I'm like, I got to get through the summer. We got to get back to a routine because we're just not on a routine. And it's going to be every Wednesday after school. So every Wednesday after school for half an hour. I want to take my family to Hawaii. That has been on my bucket list. My husband and I went 4 years ago now, and I said the next time I come back here, I want to bring my kids. He thinks we are crazy because of William and an airplane, and he very well might be right, but I am willing to take the gamble. So now what I have to do is when we want to do this by and how much I need, how much money I need. I want to start a Bible study with some friends of mine at our church and school. And then I also want to do that in the school year. We want to start it in September. So she gave me a due date of when I need to start that by. There are some things that at our church and school that I have to write down here. There's some fundraising ideas that I'm on the board for, and so I've got to write due dates for that. Retirement. One of my big things with Wild Tree is I'm willing to work. I like the hustle, but one day I want to be on a beach somewhere. So what do I want to save this year? And then I also have college tuition right below that. This and this, I'm going to put, you can't quite see it, but it's tropical vacations. So I want to earn the trip to Panama, but what's more important to me is I have some first timers on my team that are really aiming for it. You might be one of them. If it is, tell me, and you will be on my vision board. But I have some people that I really want to help earn this trip. And so I have that on my vision board too. And then just other things like I want to run a 10K this year. I'm doing that in September. I haven't done one in a while. I have 10 more freaking pounds I want to lose, and you think that I can lose them? No, but I'm going to put it on my vision board by X date. And so it's just things that are keeping me accountable. So as a wrap up, I want to turn it over to you because I just spewed a lot of information on you. And I would love any ahas, any takeaways, or any questions that you guys might have. You guys might be on mute too.
I can start. Thank you so much for the breakdown. I love the numbered to-do list. That way I can just go through it. And I had seen the new template for the checklist for new members, but I think it's definitely been updated since I last looked at it, and I'm excited to do that 35-day post. And then I just have questions on, since I was totally MIA during July, I kind of missed everything with the app. So I have it downloaded on my phone, but I don't know anything about where to go from there. Okay. So where can I look for more tips on what to do with the app?
That's a good question. So if you go to that search bar in the Media Resource Center and you type in app, there's going to be a whole slew of information that you can download. There's even a scavenger hunt of what you should be doing with the app. It's so basic, and I'll send you my text message that I've been sending. I will say I think my text message is a little lengthy.
Okay.
So you can cut it back. When I'm just looking at it right now because I sent a couple out this morning. I changed it quite a bit. I just said, I don't know if you know, but you can download an app. You can customize your recipes according to your preferences. You can use up what's in your pantry, and you can earn free product for sharing and referring the app. And are you willing, like something like I haven't tweaked it yet. I don't really like my words here, but basically what I want to say is like, do you want to hear more? Question mark. That creates dialogue. Whenever you can ask a question, not that they all respond. I get plenty of ignores too. And they're really not ignoring. They're just like, oh, I'll get this later. I mean, come on, let's be honest. Everybody wants to talk to us, right? So anyways, when you ask a question though, you close with a question, then you are prompting a response. So go to the Media Resource Center. There's information.
Perfect. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Amber? Any takeaways, questions?
Well, I like what you had mentioned about the Facebook parties and how it takes several to kind of maybe get. I'm looking forward to doing some more to get kind of, and I downloaded actually this morning all of the Facebook
images,
the party posts and stuff. So I'm looking forward to looking into that a little bit more. And then I, like in some of the other groups too, with just having specific deadlines and goals and benchmarks and specific dates and specific amounts, I think it really puts things more into focus and gives you that specific goal. So do it today, not tomorrow, you know.
Oh yeah, like I'm gonna go to the gym tomorrow.
Right. do the things you don't want to do, right?
Right. And there's a portion, I don't know if you guys read Rory's book, but at the very end of it, he talks about like, and he did this in his finding motivation video that I posted to our summer accountability page. When you lack vision or you lack like, I want to do this and I have goals. It's just really hard for me to put deadlines on them right now. He said, sometimes you just have to go into motion and do the steps and power through. And that's where I feel like the critical success factors come in. I basically look at it this way. You know that you don't want anything to slip by in terms of opportunity. And you know that the only way to gain momentum is to start pedaling the wheels. However, you don't maybe have like deadlines for the big things that you want right now, but you know that you're not willing to sit on the bench and watch people pass you by. So he says you need to just keep doing the daily activities, because eventually you can ride the coattails of somebody else's vision and you'll create your own. And that's been true for me too. Like sometimes when I lack like specific vision, I know that like, well, I'm not willing to just sit here and do nothing. I know that, but I can't quite pinpoint what I exactly want. When you do take the time though, you can get real specific for sure. Okay, so I think everybody has their homework. So next week I'm not going to be here, but we will have one of our leaders lead the call. So they're really excited to share their information and their tips, and we're going to go through the second half of the list. So have a great week, you guys. And if you need anything, just reach out to me, both of you, okay? All right, guys, take care.